like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGB Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have your self to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, you guys. So press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comments, man. Let me get a mic check real quick. Press 1 if you guys can hear me in the comment section. Let me get a mic check real quick, man. Salute to everybody that's tapping on in too, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man. Like, share, and subscribe. If you guys have not already subscribed to the channel, and click the link pinned at the top of the chat, man. And y'all subscribe to the podcast show. I got new episodes that are coming out today. I'm gonna put up one right after we leave off this video right here, and then I'll put another one up later on today. I got some things I had to talk about that was on the podcast show. So if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure y'all go over to the podcast show. Make sure y'all subscribe. The link again is pinned at the top of the chat. Let's get into this video, man. Jay-Z is in big trouble, bro, and his lawyers are in big trouble. They have a horrific situation they're gonna have to deal with now, and it's called Tony Buzbee. Yeah, yesterday I came in here and told y'all, even though a dude tried to tell me I was capping because I was the first one to report this before it came out in the news, that Tony Buzbee had, basically won his case in California against Jay-Z, the defamation lawsuit. A judge threw it out. Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, went crazy. He was very upset at the actual ruling in that case, and he went off. He let it be known that he was not happy that Jay-Z had lost that case, and that case was thrown out by the judge. And, he is threatening to appeal and this, that, and the third, but we already know how the appeals go. Most of the time, you're not going to win on the appeal. And so Tony Buzbee has now come out, according to the reports, and said he's going full blown. According to reports from HotNewHipHop.com, Tony Buzbee is coming out saying that he is going to go after Jay-Z for a lot of money. And so now this adds on to all of the situations that we've heard Jay-Z's name involved in. Multiple lawsuits we've heard Jay-Z's and read Jay-Z's name has been involved in lately. Jay-Z got a lot he dealing with, man. A lot, bro. And now I don't think people understand the precedence that's been set with that lawsuit getting dismissed and thrown out of court from Jay-Z against Tony Buzbee in California. See, now what's about to happen is, because that was the lawsuit that Jay-Z put against Tony Buzbee, defamation, about that girl that came out, right? And Jay-Z tried to say that Tony Buzbee urged that girl to do this, and he did that, and the judge says, nah, I'm going to throw this out. Jay-Z said that, he defamed his character and stuff like that, caused him millions and millions of dollars in loans. And it just made me think, like, if you're a billionaire, why you need millions of dollars in loans? That made me think when Jay-Z wrote that on there. But, Tony Buzbee had a response too. And I'm going to read the article to y'all. But Tony Buzbee, I'm telling y'all something, man. I truly believe now that Tony Buzbee has cleared this hurdle right here. I believe not only is he going to go after Jay-Z and his lawyers for money, for his lawyer fees and for the things he had to go through during that case in California, I believe he's going to pick up where he left off. And excuse me, ma'am, you say in the comment section, why are so many people hating on rich black men? It's not about that. It's about why are certain rich black men finding themselves in effed up situations. It's about self-accountability and self-responsibility. You don't see Grant Hill in this shit. You don't see Russell Wilson in this shit. You want me to keep going? You don't see Michael Jeffrey Jordan in this shit. I can keep going now. Let's not play these games, man. Cut it out. Don't come in here on cap. Cut that shit out. Because y'all try to come in here and play that fake ass black angle. And it's not going to work all the time. Is it relevant sometimes? Yes. Do we live in a racist society? Yes. But if you're going to keep it 100, Tony Buzbee have gotten more money off white men than he have black men. Tony Buzbee, if we're going to keep it honest, have went after more white men than black men. Check his resume. See, before you sound stupid, you must study, ma'am, to show yourself approved. You can't just come out saying stupid shit because your mind is programmed to say it. You sound like a damn fool. And you sound like a parrot running around here. You need to actually look at the situation, ma'am, and analyze each situation for yourself. Right? See, the problem is this. Why do Jay-Z have these allegations against him? Or did he? Why did Jay-Z lose in court and get his case thrown out in California against Tony Buzbee when a judge saw it and mulled over it for a long time before making his final decision to throw it out? Make it make sense. Right? See, you want to come in here and play that game. That shit don't roll over here, man. We talk about right and we talk about wrong. When we see a black man get did wrong, we're going to talk about it. But the thing I have to question to you is why aren't any of those other guys I named in some shit? I'm just asking the question, man. Why don't you see all of these other black guys that I named involved in some shit? So back to what I was saying. Tony Buzbee, it seems like he's going to be on the warpath now. Because now it seems like this has cleared the paths for Tony Buzbee to continue to come with everything he's tried to come with before. Because if you read Tony Buzbee's statements and read between the lines, it seems like now he is going to be more emboldened and empowered than ever. And I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Also, Diddy's case has a major bearing as well, his criminal case. Because when the jury reads those verdicts, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Depending on what those verdicts say, it is going to cause Tony Buzbee to go into overdrive. And it's going to be a lot of people in a lot of situations because that first big hurdle that Tony Buzbee had to go against is going to be toppled. It's a lot at stake here, y'all. Because I'm talking about Sean Diddy Combs. If Sean Diddy Combs is found guilty, which is what I think he's going to be, I just think that the floodgates are going to be open for Tony Buzbee, man. I think Tony Buzbee, he's going to know that he got past that first wall that people thought he would never get past, and I think he's coming for everything. You just got the Jay-Z case thrown out of court in California of defamation, meaning that it's going to be hard for Jay-Z to keep trying to file defamation cases when there's already a precedent's been set out there in the court of law for how to deal with that. I'm telling y'all this. I believe that Tony Buzbee is just waiting in the weaves for the results of that Diddy case to come, and I believe he is going to go full on. I believe he's going to go full blast, and I think he's going to start naming all those names y'all thought he named, because everybody's like, "What happened to Tony? He left away. What happened?" Nah, Tony just sitting back waiting. Tony saw that. I believe he saw that they was going to try to put up a big fight, and the one thing Tony said in his statement, he says, "I don't lose a lot." And he's not lying about that. If you look at his record, Tony's used to taking wins. And he's a bulldog. All these people try to dog Tony Buzbee just because they like these certain celebrities instead of actually looking at his record and looking how he move in that courtroom, man. This dude is a G in that courtroom, bro. And you never underestimate the power of your enemy, especially when he has that type of backing, especially when you look at the people that he has, put himself around for years. That cannot be discounted. So when you see these things, when you see this type of powerful legal mind that have been moving through these courthouses, getting major victory after major victory after major victory, and not bringing a lot of bad cases, man, I'm telling y'all, bro, once this verdict come out, you will mark my words, bro. It is going to get super ugly in these streets. I'm telling everybody that have an ear to listen, Tony Buzbee is going to go crazy. He's going to go crazy. Now, according to this article out of hotnewhiphop.com, I'm going to read the article to you guys. It says Tony Buzbee vows to go after Jay-Z for a lot of money after the lawsuit gets tossed against him, right? So, again, Tony Buzbee beat Jay-Z in California court, and now he's fitting to go in, man. It says that last year, Jay-Z hit Houston attorney Tony Buzbee with a lawsuit alleging that he tried to extort and defame him. This was after Tony Buzbee represented a woman who alleged that he and Diddy sexually assaulted her when she was only bleep years old. Both men vehemently denied these allegations, and the woman eventually dropped the case. But yesterday, June the 30th, day before yesterday, Los Angeles County Judge Mark Epstein dismissed Jay-Z's lawsuit. In the ruling, he explained that he isn't entirely pleased with his decision. Ultimately, however, he concluded that the evidence that Jay-Z presented didn't meet the legal threshold. Right? Selling silence as to law enforcement for money is extortion, but there is no promise of silence in the criminal context here, he said. And selling silence for money in the civil context is not extortion. It is a settlement with a non-disclosure element, right? So apparently Tony Buzbee knew the law better than Jay-Z's lawyers. Now, in his latest response to this update, Tony Buzbee went and told TMZ that the case was dismissed in a lengthy, well-reasoned opinion. He also said he's going to be going after Jay-Z for a lot of money to make up for the attorney's fees he paid for defending a meritless case, against a meritless case. He says, we have a long history of winning, and we won't be deterred in our important work, Tony Buzbee said. Now, Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, also shared a statement with Rolling Stone about this dismissal, right? And where Alex Spiro was seething, and he was upset that this case got thrown out. And I'm telling y'all something. I believe after this Diddy situation has gone down, and I believe as early as probably next week, I think Tony Buzbee is going all the way in. And I mean, I don't think ain't nobody going to be safe that he's coming after. Whoever Tony Buzbee got on his list, man, bro, I'm telling you something, man. It's about to get ugly, man. Because you guys got to remember, Tony Buzbee, Jay-Z's lawyer said Tony Buzbee sent them 2 demand letters. Not 1, 2. For a girl and a boy. Well, the girl, her situation, we already know what happened with that. What happened with the boy? See, Tony Buzbee never released that lawsuit. Or did he? And the name is still a Jane or John, excuse me, name is still a John Doe, the celebrity name that has not been released. I'm going to tell y'all something. Tony, I believe, man, I'm just telling y'all, bro, I got a bad feeling, man. I think Tony Buzbee's going all the way in. I believe he's waiting on this Diddy verdict to come back guilty, and I think Tony Buzbee is going to go crazy. And I'm talking about, I think he's going to start all those names. I think he's going to start naming those names because a lot of people are going to see this. And I'm going to tell y'all something. He might not have to name a lot of names because I think Tony Buzbee's going to get a lot of settlements behind the scenes. And a lot of people ask these questions, you guys. People say, well, what happened to all those other lawsuits, Ticket? Well, all those other lawsuits could get held back or thrown out if other parties that are involved settle. Then their names will never be put involved in those lawsuits. So, you know, and then what you call it already said, he heard a lot of artists were settling behind the scenes. Ray J said that a long time ago, that he heard a lot of artists were paying settlements to keep their names out of these lawsuits already. A lot of celebrities. So, I mean, take that as you may. Now, the situations with Diddy, which weren't, I believe Tony Buzbee is going to come after those lawsuits and release more of those lawsuits after this verdict comes down. I believe that he is going to start going, because he just dropped 3 the other day. He just released 3 more. So I heard somebody says, oh, well, Tony Buzbee can't file no more lawsuits. He just filed 3 more the other day against Diddy. So right now that puts him around like probably like almost 50 something lawsuits against Diddy. Right? Excuse me, Mr. FBA Burns says, did you not do your research on Alex Spiro? He has a better win rate than Buzbee, and Buzbee has a bigger net worth, and Tony Buzbee just beat him in court. What are you talking about? Shut up. They went head to head and Tony Buzbee won. Know your role and shut your mouth, nigga. They went head to head in California court and Tony Buzbee just won. And Marlon Shajar Etheridge says, you have no idea what you're talking about. But your monkey ass over here listening to me. Sit down and shut the hell up, nigga, with a grown man talking, fool. The hell is wrong with you? I have no idea what I'm talking about. But what I said happened. Tony Buzbee is going to win in court. You damn fool. What the hell is wrong with you, you idiot? I told you Tony Buzbee do everything. They do everything bigger in Texas. That's what I told your ass. I told your ass that Tony Buzbee wasn't just no lawyer in a cheap suit. I told y'all to stop underestimating Tony Buzbee because of your fake ass perceived conceptions. That's what I told you, nigga. So you sit down and shut the hell up. And to the other dude, talking about some do your research on Alex Spiro, I did. And he went against Tony Buzbee one-on-one in court and got his ass spanked. Now what you talking about, dog? Shut up, nigga. Over there looking like a Happy Meal and a half. Sit your ass down somewhere. This nigga got the 1988 mustache. Over there looking like all he want to do is eat a donut, nigga. So, like I said before, right? This situation, y'all, man, bro. You know, Tony Buzbee, man, I'm telling y'all this, man. This fool will tell me, hey, man, look at Alex Spiro's winning percentage. Yeah, he lost to Tony Buzbee, and Tony Buzbee's worth more money than that nigga. Period. Now he gonna say nice roast. Yeah, man, you over there looking like a low-budget Johnny Cochran. Nigga, sit your ass down somewhere, nigga. R.I.P. to Johnny, too, nigga. Sit your ass down somewhere, man. You over there looking like a low-budget Johnny Cochran, nigga. Well, yeah, like I told y'all, though, man. Just shout out to that brother, too, man. Whoever that brother is, man, salute, bro. I'm just cooking your ass. Ain't no hard feelings, homie. But I'm telling you what I think is gonna happen. How both folks gonna get mad at me? Because I'm telling y'all what I think is about to happen. And it only makes sense. It only makes sense because when you think about it, all them civil cases come after the criminal case. And what's going to happen is it's going to break down those walls because so many people are going to be afraid for what happens from Diddy's criminal case, that it's going to make it easy work for Tony Buzbee on the criminal cases. On the civil cases. Excuse me. Tony Buzbee, that shit is going to be a layup on them civil cases. Diddy found guilty in them criminal cases, man, them civil cases is going to be butter. That's how I go. And he going to start going after any and everybody, especially since he went up against Jay-Z and won. Because not a lot of people have seen anybody go up against Jay-Z in the legal system and straight up win. And that's what Tony Buzbee did. So I think people got to pay attention to this. And my whole thing is people need to take this shit serious. Y'all keep dogging this man. Y'all can't take no man like that for granted, bro. You cannot take a lawyer like that for granted. Not when he keep getting up these wins. Not when he just won a $650 million lawsuit. Not when he just won a $174 million lawsuit. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not taking that dude. I'm not taking him as a joke. And I think that's the problem. They tried to put Tony Buzbee in a box where they thought he was just a joke and a gimmick. Man, they ain't do their research, bro. That's a classic way to get your ass whooped. When you don't do your research on a cat and then you come get spanked. Now you sitting up here looking stupid with the shit face. I'm telling y'all this. It's nasty work. Y'all see it. Everybody see it. Right? So my thoughts is that Sean Diddy Combs, I believe, man, and Jay-Z, man, I believe, man, a lot is riding on this case, bro. I'm just gonna tell y'all, man. I think it's all riding on this case, you guys. All of it. All of it. And so we're going to have to see how it play out, you know. But it's all riding on this case, y'all. And that's what I truly believe. We're going to see, man. But Diddy, he knows it too. I believe Diddy knows it. I truly believe that Diddy knows that it's all on the wood right here, man. And I think he's worried like shit because he knows that once you lose a criminal case like that, it's a layup for a lot of these civil cases, man. So, you know, that just makes it easier for them to come get your money. And then there's nothing you can do about it. You know, there's nothing you can really do about it, man. So we're definitely going to see, you guys. This is one of those situations where, you know, it's got my full attention, man. I think next week, after this verdict is in, I think next week, because I believe the verdict is coming today. That was my prediction. But I believe next week, I believe that is when Tony Buzbee is going to ramp everything up. I think he's probably going to take off this weekend for the 4th of July. But I think next week, after that Diddy verdict is out, y'all, I think this man is going to start going crazy on a crazy rampage. And I'm just telling everybody, that's just my thoughts. From studying how Tony Buzbee moved, man, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel from right now. That's what I'm feeling on the situation, y'all. And it don't feel like a good situation for the other side, man. And I mean, you know, Diddy and Jay-Z and them, man, I think he coming hard, bro. And Jay-Z and them will have to go deep in their pockets on legal fees and things like that. You know, fighting whatever Tony's coming. But again, I still have a question. What happened to that other case, bro? Because remember, Jay-Z's lawyer came out and said that Tony Buzbee sent him 2 demand letters. We only heard about the girl. What happened to the other one? That is a question that I think somebody's going to end up asking Tony Buzbee. Is what happened to that other lawsuit with the dude that they claimed? Did they just get thrown out, or did you hold that back? Because again, Jay-Z and them, they was denying all of it, but they only talked about the situation with the girl. What happened to the other lawsuit? That's why I'm sitting here like, damn, dog. To the dude, to the person who says you can't sue people on spite, it's not about that. Lawyers don't move like that. Lawyers do not move like that. They don't. A lot of them don't move like that. The ethical ones don't. What they do is they move in an intelligent way. Tony Buzbee saw how the reaction was going to be with Diddy and Jay-Z when he started hitting, especially when he came after Jay-Z. So he had to re-evaluate and re-strategize, and he did immediately. And he got a major case. He won in California against Jay-Z. He got it thrown out of court. So now that he sees how Jay-Z is moving, how he operates, now Tony Buzbee had probably been able to, re-strategize how he gonna come at them dudes. And my thoughts is that he's gonna wait till Diddy is convicted, and then, because you gotta understand, most of these civil cases are easier to get done after a conviction, i.e. O.J. Simpson. Remember, O.J. Simpson was found not guilty in the court of law for the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson. But after that case was over with, the family sued him in civil court, and they won. Here's the problem, though. OJ was found not guilty, so it wasn't no situation where he wasn't facing like a federal crime where they could seize his assets and stuff like that. Diddy is on a federal case where they can seize his assets. And I told y'all last night, they don't even need, let me repeat myself again to everybody. They don't even need, in Diddy's case, a RICO conviction. Now, if y'all didn't see my video last night, I talked about it last night on this channel. That's the crazy part. They don't even need the RICO with Diddy no more. All they need is one sex trafficking charge, and they can seize Diddy's assets. One sex trafficking charge, and they can seize. So if Diddy's found guilty of sex trafficking Cassie, he's over with, because he's facing life in prison, and they legally can seize all of his assets that has something to do with that sex trafficking event. That's the part that people don't know. It's the law. Read it on your screen. Yes, federal agencies can seize assets related to sex trafficking charges, including both criminal and civil asset forfeiture. This can involve seizing cash, property, and other assets. Now, why is this important? Because if Diddy's found guilty in a New York State court of law, federal court of law, guess what? Diddy has another lawsuit in Florida where a girl is accusing him of similar things, right? And if that is considered sex trafficking as well, in that civil case where it's a lower standard to prove it, guess what? They can come take any of Diddy's assets from anywhere in the United States where he used or he could have allegedly used money, cars, anything, houses, anything to aid or abet or assist in his sex trafficking. See, this is why y'all have to read the law. And I want y'all to see this, right? And everybody needs to understand what's going on. Here's the thing. It says, yes, federal agencies can seize assets related to sex trafficking charges, including both criminal and civil asset forfeiture. This can involve seizing cash, property, and other assets that are considered the proceeds of the crime or were used to facilitate the illegal activity. Here's a more detailed explanation. Asset forfeiture in federal sex trafficking cases. Criminal forfeiture. This occurs after a conviction and is a part of the sentence for a crime or for the crime. The government must prove that assets were gained through the criminal activity or used to facilitate it. Civil forfeiture. And this is in the civil cases, right? This process can happen even if there is no criminal connection or conviction, excuse me. The government must demonstrate a connection between the assets and the crime, but the standard of proof is lower than criminal forfeiture. That is the scary part. So here's the thing that puts these guys on the hook. Diddy gets found guilty in criminal court. Civil court just makes it that much easier when you get convicted in criminal court to get a conviction in civil court. He gets convicted in civil court in different states. Man, they can take his houses in different states that had anything, cars, anything to do with that case, with those allegations that they can link to it. That's the part people not understanding. Money, accounts, all of these things. And in the civil case, you don't even have to have a criminal conviction to go get Diddy's money seized. In a civil case, it is a way lesser burden to get found guilty for that. Or found liable, found guilty. So they can come just take your money. Right? Now it says types of assets. The government can seize various types of assets, including cash, bank accounts, vehicles, real estate, and other property used in or gained from the sex trafficking operation. Purpose of forfeiture. Asset forfeiture is a way to disrupt and deter human trafficking operations, as well as provide funds to compensate victims and support law enforcement efforts. Legal basis. Federal agencies like the FBI, DEA, and IRS have the authority to seize assets related to criminal activity, including human trafficking. This could involve seizing assets related to criminal activity, including human trafficking. This could involve examples. This could involve seizing the proceeds from a business used for sex trafficking, a vehicle used to transport victims, or a bank account used to launder money from the illegal activity. So, I mean, this gets ugly. This gets ugly. See what I'm saying? So when you think about this, and then here's the thing. If Diddy goes to court today, gets a verdict, and gets found guilty, now what happens is, bro, man, they go seize his assets as related to his sex trafficking charges, and they can hold those assets. I've told you guys this plenty of times on this channel. And a lot of those proceeds will go to the victims of his civil lawsuits. So the government will seize all those assets. Don't matter if he put in his mom's name or whatever, they go get them if they're related to the sex trafficking. They put them all and put what you call basically an escrow, which is a hold account. And then whoever wins these civil suits against Diddy, that money is used to pay out these people. So there's no way that he can duck that smoke. They have to, you know what I'm saying? He has to do the payouts, right? So you guys, see what's going on, man. It's crazy work. And it's not no way, you know what I'm saying? Because once they come get your bread, now everybody automatically going to get paid. All the people that win lawsuits automatically going to get paid. And it's crazy because Diddy will spend most of his prison stint in the beginning years in court, in civil court. See what I'm saying? And I also think the feds have more things lined up for Diddy. I don't think this is it. I think the feds got more surprises waiting for this guy after this case. That's why you seen Harvey over there on TMZ looking like somebody stole his cat. That dude was so sad yesterday. I mean, damn, dog. That dude looked like he was ready to cry over there on TMZ. Did y'all see Harvey over there on TMZ yesterday? Harvey looked like he was ready to start crying over there. Harvey was like, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I think he's toast, man. Harvey was talking all this stuff this whole time, capping for Diddy. And now he over there talking about, man, I think he toast, man. Harvey done lost his mind over there, bro. But then that girl, Gina, she said in that interview with Tasha K 6 years ago that Diddy said that TMZ was working on a hit piece on her with a dude that she had never met before. Make it make sense. That's what Gina said in a Tasha K interview 6 years ago. So Harvey was over that jump, man. Harvey was sad as hell. Did y'all see Harvey over there on that TMZ video? Did y'all see Harvey? Yesterday when he was breaking it down, Harvey was like, man, Harvey was like he was ready to start crying. He was like he was so sad about Diddy that he was ready to start crying right there. I was like, damn, Harvey gonna start crying? I said, dog, Harvey gonna start crying, man. Harvey gonna cry in the car, y'all. Yeah, man, he was so sad over that joint yesterday. Bro, I ain't never seen Harvey that sad. I'm just gonna keep it real. I ain't never seen Harvey that sad before. Dude looked like he was just, you know what I'm saying? He looked like he was dejected, bro. Yeah, he was sad, man. Very sad, bro. Yeah, he was sad. I seen him. I was looking at him like, man, this dude right here, bro. Right? He looked like it too. What? Man, bro. That shit looked crazy. I ain't gonna front to everybody. I was looking at dude because he was so, he was like, you could tell he was like pro Diddy. But man, yesterday, bro, he was like, man, once they got that note yesterday, that nigga was like, man, I think he's cooked, man. You said he must have made a bet? Nah, man, that dude was over that joint damn near in tears, bro. Harvey like he was damn near in tears over that joint. You know what I'm saying? Even the dude with the overalls and the oversized shirts and pants. You know what I'm saying? He was over there. Them niggas all look dejected and shit. Them niggas know what time it is, man. This is why I told y'all. The ticket, I don't take no losses over here. Because I come on here and speak off facts. I speak with emotion, but not off emotion. I speak factual information. You know what I mean? And I just telling y'all what it is. A lot of them people mad because the party gonna stop. You know what I mean? And I'm just telling y'all what it is. Yeah, the nigga, the bean pie man, the nigga be wearing that nigga like a 1X. That nigga be wearing like a 5X, dress shirt and 5X pants out there talking about Diddy innocent. Get out of here, nigga. Well, these people crazy as hell, man. I can't stand up for no shit like that, bro. You know? You shouldn't have to be at that. You shouldn't have to be doing that type of shit. You at that level, bro. You won in life. That's my thing, bro. When you get that type of cheese, my nigga, bro, you won at life, bro. There ain't nothing else we gotta talk about. That nigga won, nigga. It shouldn't even be nothing after that. You know, I don't care about all the freaky shit you doing. That's you. You know, if Diddy can do whatever type of freaky shit he want to do, but when you coercing chicks, beating them, doing all this other shit, man, come on, man. Nigga, I ain't with that shit, man. That's not cool. That's not cool. If it was just Diddy doing some freak nasty shit, do what you knock yourself out, nigga. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that we seen him and we know that this nigga be beating on these chicks and, you know what I'm saying, doing all this salacious shit to these women and stuff like that, bro. That nigga crazy, man. You can't have no nigga like that out on the streets like that, man. Real talk. This man was beating up everyday normal women women that was just hanging around Cassie. Giving chicks concussions and stuff, man. Come on, bro. What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about, my G? So, yeah. And to the person who said, somebody said yesterday, oh yeah, if they find Diddy guilty on the sex trafficking, Harvey said this yesterday. He was like, if they find Diddy guilty on the sex trafficking and on the prostitution, I don't even, it's a hung jury on the RICO. I don't even think that the government's going to run it back. Are you crazy? The government wants the RICO against Diddy because they want to go after all those other people that they named in court because they would be a part of the RICO conspiracy. And here's the thing, and I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Before I was going to wait to the next video to tell y'all, but I'll tell y'all right now. Here's the thing about that. It's a bad news for Diddy because if Diddy's found guilty on the other charges and it's a hung jury on the RICO, when the feds, they're going to run that back because they want to get a conviction on that RICO. When they run that back, man, some of those people going to flip, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Once they see Diddy get, that's how I'm telling y'all, the judge going to hit that nigga with a whole meal. Listen to what I'm telling y'all right now. When the judge hit Diddy with the blicky, I'm talking about when he hit this nigga with like a goddamn 35, 40-year sentence, all them other people that did not want to speak, that was being named in the racketeering conspiracy, man, a lot of them people going to start snitching because they ain't going to want that time. They not going to want to do that time. They're going to flip. Watch what I tell y'all. So then when they come back and retry the RICO, man, it's going to be some of them people that tried to hold out. They're going to be looking at them years Diddy got. They're going to be like, man, hell no. Because when the government double back to them and say, look, you see what happened with Diddy with these other charges, and we going back at him with this RICO. We ain't going to lose next time, and you going down with him. Shit, what you think they going to do? You think they going to get down or lay down? They going to get down. They going to get down. Second time around, especially, Diddy get found guilty the first time on all these other charges, they're going to be like, oh, hell no, I'm not taking that risk. Judge hit that nigga with damn near 35, 40 years. Yo, ain't no way. The people got families and shit like that. You know, them people were stupid. They thought Diddy was going to run away from this trial scotch-free, so they all took a risk. But, I mean, the government is going to double back to them. Trust me. After this case, if this case is a hung jury on the RICO, the government is going to double back to them when they run that RICO back, and they're going to tell them, look, you need to come cooperate with us, or we're going to hit you with the whole meal. We're going to suggest, when it's come to your sentencing, we're going to suggest to give you the harshest punishment. So, I'm telling y'all this. That's the part people not realizing, man. So that's why I said Diddy's lawyers kind of don't want a hung jury. That's why they say, yo, go back in there. Because, you know, they do and they don't. Because they know if they do, they know the feds will come back with way more evidence. You get the feds a whole another year after getting a mistrial on a RICO, shit, nigga. They finna come back with all new types of evidence in the retrial. Witnesses and everything, because they're going to be determined to get that win. And they're going to know that Diddy ain't got no defense. That's bro. I'm telling y'all this. They never gonna get over that, bro. Diddy had 0 witnesses, bro. This man couldn't put nobody on the stand. Y'all don't understand how much that means something. That this man has 0. People was acting like that shit was cool. Bro, you can't go to court with 0 witnesses, my nigga. You ain't got 1 witness. So when the jury goes in and deliberate, they're gonna be like, well, this nigga ain't had no witnesses to testify on his behalf. All these people was here, and not one of these people got on the stand to testify on Diddy's behalf. That's why I told y'all that was a dumbass move by them going to put Gina on TMZ yesterday, because everybody gonna look at Gina like a goddamn fool. And now the government may well put real pressure on Gina, because you gonna come out after giving statements talking about Diddy ain't dangerous when you don't gave all these prior statements. I'm telling y'all, bro, it's fitting to get super ugly. And y'all got to remember that. And how's Gina riding around in a brand new BMW? Where's she working at? Where's Gina working at? She ain't getting that shit from that nail shop salary. Gina riding around in a brand new BMW truck. Y'all seen it yesterday over there on TMZ. Right? Where'd she get that bread from? I'm trying to tell y'all, man. They gonna go put the pressure on. Watch, they gonna go put the pressure on Gina, in my opinion. And not only that, I'm just telling y'all, this is just my thoughts on how the feds are gonna move, bro. I keep telling people, man, they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen, bro. So now, like I said, if they get hung on the RICO, man, the feds gonna come back with a vengeance trying to get that RICO. And again, Diddy can't put no witnesses on the stand because he knows he's lying. That's the thing. He can't put no witnesses on the stand because that nigga know he lying. The government gonna tear that ass up. He know it. Nasty, nasty work, man. Nasty work, man. But I'm going on a podcast show right now, y'all. Click that link, everybody, that's pinned at the top of the chat. And subscribe to the podcast show. I'm going to the comment section. I'm going to the podcast show right now to drop another episode on the podcast show that I think you guys will be very interested in. So make sure y'all come join me on the podcast show right now. The link will be pinned at the top of the comments. Subscribe to the podcast. Salute to all the new subscribers to the podcast. I appreciate all of y'all. I think we got let me see how many subscribers I got to the podcast. We have, ladies and gentlemen, let me see. Hold on 1 second, you guys. We have, how many subscribers we got? We have 5,781 subscribers on the podcast show. I salute all of y'all. Man, let's get to 10,000 subscribers on the podcast. Y'all make sure y'all click the link. It's pinned at the top of the live chat room. Subscribe to the podcast. We got 5,781 subscribers on the podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe to the podcast show. Salute everybody.
All right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A-Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you got to do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym. work out, exercise, and do what you got to do to stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.